Hi, and welcome back to another edition of Unlimited Skills. I'm James.
And I'm Brandon.
And Brandon, how did this draft go?
It went very well. I forced myself into an archetype. Not forced, but it just kind of happened. I played Black-Red a lot. And I didn't really notice this until other people pointed it out. And then even within this undrafting, I think this is the fifth time I drafted it, and probably the third time I played Black-Red.
What did I play? I played Black Red too. I had the one chance to draft it a couple of weeks ago, and I was Black Red.
I think my thought process for part of that in this set is it gives me the most opportunity to play legendary creatures, which are like cooler and zanier.
Are there more Black Red legends?
There are 4 Black-Red legends, and there's only one of 3 of the color combinations and 2 in Black-Blue.
Okay, so what do you're? I don't know how you make a decision in an unpack to decide what your first card's going to be.
I mean, it's mostly random. The split screen seems pretty good.
You take Finders Keepers.
Yeah, solid removal, and it builds a contraption, so it doesn't... I don't know. I maybe should have taken the split screen just because it doesn't put me in any color.
Sure.
But I like killing things and building contraptions, so...
Yeah.
I've come a long way. I understand the joy of contraptions now. At first they were a little overwhelming, but they're neat and fun and good at the same time.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to... Man, I prioritized contraptions. Or maybe I just got a bunch of rare ones, because people didn't
All the
quite
rare
want
ones
to
are
deal
very
with them.
good, yeah.
Yeah, so like I focused on... If it said just some kind of removal plus make a contraption, that was better than every other card in the pack, as far as I was concerned.
Okay, this is the first time I'd seen Arms Depot as a contraption, and it seemed nuts. I was like, oh, wow, I can't believe I've never been blown out by this card. And so I drafted it, and I was correct. It is nuts. It is absolutely nuts. If you play a turn 1 Goblin Rigger, or whatever that one drop is called, assemble something, and then it's just a 3/3. It's just a Wild Nacatl.
Sure.
That then 3 turns will be a 5/5. It's better than a Wild Nacatl. Not to mention it can obviously give you some other good options too. But
So you look at Sly Spy for a minute, probably because you're just reading the card.
yeah, I hadn't noticed it before. I remembered people mentioning there were multiple versions of it, and I wasn't sure what any of them were.
I heard a lot of folks talk about Crow Storm because they were excited about the idea of Stormcrow Storm. Have you played?
I think
with
it's
it, or-
funny, but I don't know how good you can make it
Sure.
in this set. I'm sure there's a way, and I'm sure maybe people have gotten 2 or 3 Stormcrows and happen to win because 1/2 flyers are okay.
Right.
Okay, I take this rat just because I took the black removal already. This dirty rat.
You dirty rat.
I think Hazmat Suit seems pretty good. Sorry, used Hazmat Suit.
Is that the one where every time they touch it, they...
When anybody touches it,
Yeah.
that player loses 2 life.
Yeah. God, that actually became a problem at the draft because a player touched it to read it, and then like was trying to process how the card worked, and he kept touching it, and his opponent counted up like 16 life loss before we were like, well, no, hang on.
Yeah, the player has to understand what the card does first.
Yeah. So we were like, he lost 4 life reasonably because touching it to read it, because your opponent's going to be like, wait, what does that do? Touch it and read it.
Yeah.
And that's sort of part of the joke. But you want to make sure not to punish people for learning how punishing effects work.
Yeah. I think my natural instinct would be to like use your sleeves, like just bundle them up and try and mess with it that way. I talked to a friend that at their draft, somebody after playing it brought out rubber gloves and then played with like latex gloves
All right,
or something.
You just took capital offense because...
Other than killing most things, it will kill Mario Kill.
Oh. Which was an issue for you in
That
the
was,
first draft.
I think, the most problem creature that I've seen in this set in Limited. Also, I think the joke with Mario Kill is because she's really good and aggressive and comes out fast, I think they expect people to go, F Mario Kill.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went through that in my head a few times before. I think it might be intentional.
I sort of knew that was the joke. The Mario Kill part was a reference to that game. but I couldn't figure out how to get that.
When your
in there.
opponent plays it, that's the first thing that comes to mind. Often what comes out of my mouth.
Oh, she's good though. I don't even necessarily know that it's a drawback, but the fact that she does count as being in their hand means that she's susceptible to discard effects.
Yeah, like that ninja too.
Yeah. But she's definitely powerful and worth trying to. Doesn't matter if they have the discard, they have it. Great.
I realize the drawback of that is that you have to play killbots.
Yeah.
Or you can't use her ability, but whatever. If you got killbots, then she's gonna kill them.
Did you have to play against the card where they lose fingers?
No, I drafted it. The Sly Spy, where when it hits them, they lose a finger. Yeah, I drafted it, but I ended up not playing it because I ended up with so many 3-drops.
I watched somebody lose
I think
8
this
fingers.
is it here.
There's your Sly Spy.
Really? 8 fingers? Then what do they do? I mean, I don't know. I feel
they
like
had
if
a thumb and then 2 fingers, so they would like manipulate the board with their thumb and hold their hand here. Also, he lost that game.
I think there should be. I mean, at that point, they've taken 16 damage from Sly Spy. I wish there was some penalty if they accidentally use those fingers.
Yeah, there's
because
no.
otherwise it's like, oops.
Yeah, they're just participating because it's fun, but there's.
And I'm into that. That's fine, but
it's not like they lose 2 life or something, or they discard a card, lose another finger. All right, after 3 drafts, how do you feel about the hybrid creatures? What do they call them?
No, the host and augment.
The host and augments.
They're phenomenal. I think part of the reason they're good is just because removal is so light, so you're going to get punished for investing 2 cards in a 1 spot less often, which is part of the reason why I extra prioritized a handful of removal here as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, their effects are always good. Even if they kill it, the host right away, you still got a comes into play effect. They're all reasonably costed for the comes into play effect anyway.
Sure. One thing I noticed playing through this is that artifact removal hits a lot of things. Like, it hit more than I expected when I took it.
A lot of creatures it'll kill and the contraptions, of course. So any artifact removal will always get you some value. Decent value.
It was even worth main decking. I think the one I had was black, or maybe it was green, and it assembled a contraption. And so that was great, because I would punish them for over-investing, and then get a free effect. And free stuff is good.
Yeah, 3-headed goblin.
I'd take
This is my second time getting to play 3-headed goblin.
They have first strike, regular combat damage, and last strike, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of...
It's a lot of strike.
Yeah. If they can't block it, oof. It's 9 damage. Really epic punch is really epic.
It's very good. It's reason enough to go into green if I weren't just being a turd about this.
It was satisfying to take them. I ended up with 3 or 4. And it felt so good to play it against an opponent and then explain to them later that no, my creature is still +2/+2.
I had to play against By No Means. It was frustrating. I pushed through it, but it was frustrating.
By no means an easy feat. I'm so funny, guys.
James is funny.
That was an unreasonable pun.
Sorry, Wrench Rigger. That was what I meant when I called Goblin Rigger earlier. They're all Goblin Riggers.
I love the art on the contraptions because there's just so much going on. They're like overwhelming to
Dog
look at.
Snail Engine, that's literally the thing that's depicted on the picture, but I had to look at it for a long time to figure out what I was looking at.
The art in this set is just... I think it's over-detailed. I don't think you would see cards like this in a regular Magic set because the images are just so... There's just so much going on. Alright, so what are we looking at? I
think Lab Robot's the only good pick in this.
So you don't take
it? Sorry, I didn't notice. Another Arms Depot, that card that I said I'd never seen before. That's a tough pick. I think the Arms Depot actually would have been better there, but Lab Robot is sort of like Gravedigger. Yeah, it's like Gravedigger value. Okay. But then you can better than Gravedigger within this set.
Sure.
Because you can keep using that ability. But yeah, if they can't answer that, you'll just get a pile of creatures back.
No, there's a... What was that? Dependent Killbot? Oh, Despondent Killbot. Oh, yeah, because they all have a different name and different flavor text, but they're all like
Yeah.
2/1s or something, aren't they?
Yes, they're all 2 for 2/1s.
Yeah. Another dirty rat.
Yeah, just give me some dudes to put some different heads on.
Hey, and it helps get rid of Mario Kill.
No, because if I make them discard, they're just going to switch the Killbot into their hand. Oh my god. It's so stressful.
But then they're out of Killbots. So
Oh no.
now you can just target her with removal?
I'm dead. It's too late. It was turn 2 already. I was dead.
Oh, she is redonkulous. I got to play against the Sword of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yeah.
And man, when they're just pooping out 4/4s, and
I had to play against it once. I just ended up chump blocking it for the rest of the game until I lost because I chumped all my creatures away. But it was slower than if I'd let them get dragons.
I thought maybe I could somehow deal with the dragons and kill the It didn't work out. Nope, it was not a great solution. I love how fat...
I don't think I have anything I care about the Snickering Squirrel with at this point. I haven't gotten a whole lot of dice rolling, but it's just the best thing left in this pack, I think.
Boomfinger. Is that like Goldfinger? It's
Boomflinger,
Boomflinger.
you silly goose.
It's so hard to read these cards. We need a better photographer.
Inhumaniac.
This is where we at now, folks. We just read the names of cards.
I got... No, that was my excitement level, James. There's a meter for it. Anyway, I was very excited to draft Inhumaniac so late. I got crushed by an Inhumaniac once, and it stuck in my memory that it must be the best card ever. Next to Mario Kill.
What makes it so good?
Oh, it's like 2 for a 20/20 eventually.
Wait, what?
Okay, I did forget for a long time that if you roll a 1, it resets all the counters.
Right.
But otherwise, it just keeps getting bigger.
Is it roll a d6, get that many counters?
Not quite that good, but yeah, depending on your roll, it gets some number of counters.
Okay.
It's a lot better with that rat that I just... Sorry, I always call it a rat. The squirrel that I just picked that makes sure I don't roll 1s.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That's
So, yeah, you can play that on turn 2, and it can get 0, 1, or 2 counters each upkeep.
Okay.
But that can get out of control really fast.
And it's a free trigger. You don't have to pay mana for it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Just each upkeep. If you roll a 1, it resets. But,
that's fine.
I mean, what else do you expect for a 2-drop? 2 for a 1/1? That's not great, but it'll get bigger again.
Yeah. Yeah, well, all right, so you're going into pack 3? Yes? I wasn't paying attention.
This is pack 3.
How do you feel? Are you
Success!
feeling good? Feeling strong?
I am, actually. I've got a lot of removal and early aggressive creatures. I don't have a whole lot of silly stuff. Got a few host and augments.
Go to jail.
Animate Library, I think, is less fun than it is just, like, confusing rules nightmare. And, like, it's not even that hard, but, like, I don't know, it's just 6 for a vanilla big creature that everybody questions what happens when it dies, even though it explains on the card. And I felt that way about that Graveyard Busybody. Is that the name of it?
Is that where your graveyards...
You get all the graveyards,
Yeah.
and it's power and toughness equal to, like, the number of flavor texts, I think.
Sure.
They're both... It's 2 blue, 6 for a big vanilla creature.
Right.
And I find that weird. You know, there's more that can be done with both of them, but...
I think they make some cards that just have a lot of confusing rules text to appeal to rules lawyers.
Yeah, and that's fine. And sometimes it's just the theme of it is wacky, and that's fine. I understand. There's humor behind it, but...
Yeah.
So I took another squirrel, got another Inhumaniac in my face.
I thought that one card said Hamburger Helper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the
Dual
double
Doom
damage.
suits?
So I did get to use dual Doom suits with my 3-headed goblin in play that went unblocked and deal 18 damage to my opponent with a 3/3 creature.
Oh, that's
So that was satisfying.
Ooh, multi-headed Hydra. I don't know, it's just foil.
I did get excited about the shiny going on there. I like this guy. Builds a thing and trades a thing.
Steady-handed Mook.
Yeah, so I've got like a bunch of removal, a bunch of efficient cheap creatures that are also removal. Gonna build some contraptions and get some overall value. I was feeling really good about this.
And then?
And then I rolled ones for the entire night.
Oh.
So I ended up with 2 Inhumaniacs, and even with having 2 of those squirrels in my deck too, I had a game where I played a turn 2 Inhumaniac, a turn 3 Inhumaniac, and I had this Masterful Ninja in my hand, which seems like there's no way I could lose. But then I rolled 1s and 2s for an inconceivable amount of time on both of them. I think about 7 turns later, I'd cumulatively gotten like 3 counters on them.
Should have taken some Walls of Fortune.
And that makes for bad 2-drops. That was the only match I lost, was on statistical improbability, where if there was any time in like a 9-turn span, I had rolled 2 dice rolls 1 tier better for extra counters, I would have been able to attack through and win.
Oh, really?
It was frustrating, but that's I was going to say the name of the game, but the name of the game is Unstable. Well, yeah, sure, it's Unstable.
I don't even know anymore. I really don't. It's the newest unset. I give up. Unhinged, unstable, unflexible, unreasonable.
You know, I just noticed on our first draft video, we introduced it as Unhinged, and neither of us noticed.
Well, looking at the file name as we're recording this right now, it says Magic Drafts /unhinged/unstable. So I just committed to not understanding what's happening.
It's everything. Oh man, we should do an unblock draft. Just do a pack from each. That would be really awful, actually.
Yeah, it would. I don't think that would work very well.
We pretty much agreed that the old unsets were awful in design. They were just humor and not playable.
Sure. Because there are cards like your friend has to go to the fridge and get you a soda.
Yeah. And weirder stuff than that.
Yeah. Although Rock Lobster, Paper Tiger, and Scissors
Those are
Lizard.
sweet. 4 for 4 threes all over the place.
Yeah.
They probably were the main way you won.
Well, I know Common Room is putting together an uncube.
I'm excited to see how that goes.
They are like actively pursuing cards to put in their cube. I don't know if it's like an original list or if they got a list from somewhere else.
I'm not sure either. He might just be doing the set with a dictation of rarity. Like,
sure.
I think there's
like 3, 2, 1 or something.
Yeah. I think there's 3 commons, 2 uncommons, and 1 of each rare and mythic.
Okay.
I'm excited to see how that goes.
Yeah. Hopefully there are enough folks
I
who are
got
interested in
a
it.
pile of good black things here at the end. Those are
You
all
sure
3
do.
really
Oh,
good
yeah.
playable.
So there's your second.
I think the
Inhumaniac.
Inhumaniac was the right choice, even though it made me sad. So other than the match, I lost to what seemed to be statistical improbability, which is
It's my
the
excuse.
excuse that every Magic player uses for
It's
every
variance,
game they've
so I
ever
got mana
lost.
screwed.
I'm a perfect player. I'm professional level. I just got unlucky.
We know. That's why you go.
Anyway, I'm
2
gonna
and 1 every time.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that it was statistical improbability when I'm rolling a dice that much.
All right, I guess that's fair.
Other than that, I just steamrolled people. I mostly steamrolled the rest of that match, even though I obviously lost 2 of the games. And I steamrolled my other 2 matches. It was a very aggressive, powerful deck. Wasn't that kooky?
I think that's probably fine. I think you want to like you're going to end up with some weird effects that you wouldn't get otherwise, but
I did a lot of dice rolling, and like that's a big theme
yeah.
of the set. I had squirrels that fixed my dice rolling, and that's funny. But
Yeah, it is. Because now I'm just imagining, like, thematically, you have squirrels chasing after dice. And then just, like, re-rolling them.
like
Or
just storing them. They're holding dice on their sheets. I think so. Really, in that regard, it was pretty kooky. But I think there's actually so much dice rolling in the set that it feels normal.
Sure.
That if you've got 7 cards that just roll dice all the time, it doesn't matter because everybody's rolling dice all the time.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it feels like you're not playing a goofy card.
Well, I think this is our last opportunity to do the unset.
At the store, definitely. We've got some boxes floating around in our social group. We could revisit at some point.
But since we're sort of done with official drafting, What's your final thoughts on the set?
I loved it. A week before the set came out, I didn't care, and then I played it once, and I was like, man, this was way fun. And now I've drafted it 5 times, and I would continue to draft it, which I did not expect. I thought I'd be done after 2 drafts.
Especially since now we have to go back to dinosaurs.
Yeah. We might have some Iconic left. We might be able to go back to Iconic Masters.
That would be sweet. I wouldn't mind another Iconic Masters draft.
But we'll see what the supply is around here.
Yeah. This is also, I think, our last video of the year. Not our last draft, because we get one in just before New Year's. So, thanks for watching all year, guys. We've made a bunch of videos.
We've done so many
videos. So, thanks for sticking around and tolerating us for the whole year.
Oh, you got a whole another year coming.
Right? It's going to be bigger and badder. Does that just mean worse?
I think. Oh, yeah. I'm going to play some Bad Magic for you forever.
Well, we've got Dominaria. That's coming up. Everyone's excited about going back there. And it's Modern Masters 25 for Magic's 25th anniversary.
Wait, is that right? Didn't we do 25th? Did we do 20?
No, we did 20. That was 5 years ago.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm old.
So
that really feels like a year ago.
It does just feel like a minute. I remember buying... now we're just rambling.
Yeah.
That's fine. I remember... What was it? It was... They give you every year... It's
the vault. From the
vault.
Yeah,
vault. I remember getting From the Vault 20. Yeah, that was 5 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I should open that still.
Sell it on eBay?
No.
All right.
Just hanging on a shelf. That's what I do.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. And Happy New Year. And we'll see you in 2019. No, 18?
Sooner than that, I hope.
We'll see you in 2018.